In the last pen of a cold sail yard stands a horse nobody will bid on. He is near 30 now, too thin, too gray, too far down the road. To a busy yard, he is one more old animal, already half forgotten. But the woman at the back rail did not come here to buy a horse. She came to find one. She lost him at 14, and she has searched the sail yards of the valley ever since. 25 years is long enough to doubt it is even him, long enough to wonder whether a horse could still know her face. We shaped this story with AI, but the long searching in it is true. To understand her, you have to go back 25 years to a green family farm tucked under the blue Shenandoah ridges, and a girl named Nora who believed nothing good could ever end. Her father brought the colt home when she was small, a dark bay, near black, with one clean white star on his brow. She named him for that mark. She called him Comet, and from the very first morning, he was hers, not the farm's. Hers. He had one habit that belonged to nobody else but her. When she stood close, he would lower his head, lay his chin over her shoulder, and rest its whole warm weight there. It was their secret, the way Comet said her name. They grew up together through every summer and every hard winter. She rode him along the high ridges till the valley turned gold. She told that horse every thought she was afraid to say out loud. It was a small world, the two of them, but it was whole. The trouble came the slow way that trouble comes to a farm. A dry summer, then a second, and a debt that only climbed. And one winter, her father sat them down and told the truth. The farm could not be saved. All of it would have to be sold. The land, the house, and the horses. She did not understand at first that the horses meant Comet, that her own horse was a thing strangers could load and carry away. When she understood, she begged, but there was no choice to give her. On the morning of the sale, a stranger led Comet toward a trailer. The colt kept turning his head back, looking for the girl who always came. And Nora, 14, stood frozen at the fence, both hands gripping the rail, unable to move or make a sound. She watched the trailer carry him down the lane and around the bend. That was the day she learned the hardest thing about love, that you can give it your whole heart and still not be allowed to keep it. The night before, in the dark barn, she laid her cheek where his chin would rest, wrapped her arms around his neck, and made him a quiet promise. She would find him again, however long it took, however far he went. Some promises take a whole life to keep. Nora grew, as the years require us all to grow. She built a good and ordinary life, a job, a small town, and a kind, patient husband named Tom, who understood her. But underneath all of it, quietly, she never stopped looking. Every horse sale within a day's drive, she read the lists. And the bay moved on, from one owner to the next, from a riding school where he carried children who never knew his name, to a string of trail horses on the same ridges he once ran free. To a man who kept a few head in the mud and sold them on. Comet grew older and grayer about the muzzle, passing through hands that saw only a useful, patient animal, and never once the white star that a girl had named. Once, just once, she came close. A letter, an old bay gelding, a white star, sold up the valley. She drove there that same afternoon, her heart going like a girl's. She was 3 weeks too late. The paddock stood empty. She stood alone in that empty paddock, a grown woman of 40, and cried as she had not let herself cry at 14. After that, something in her went very quiet. She never stopped the looking. It had become a kind of faith. But the hoping, she finally, carefully set down. She stopped believing the day would ever truly come. And so, on a cold, bright morning, the old bay was loaded once more and driven toward a livestock sale down in the Shenandoah Valley. And on that same cold morning, Nora drove to that same sale, not with hope anymore. She had set that down long ago. But because staying home felt like leaving him a second time. 2 roads, 1 valley, and only we knew they would meet. The yard was loud and cold and full of tired horses. She walked the pens, row by row, reading each animal, as always. And near the end of a row, in a pen by himself, stood a very old bay. Thin, sway-backed, his head held low. A yard hand glanced over and gave a small shake of his head. "That old bay," he said, "that one's the end of the road." "Nobody bids on a horse near 30, he said, and moved on. She barely heard him. She had stopped in the cold and could not make her feet move another single step. And yet, she made herself look, not at the ribs, at one particular place, the middle of his forehead. And there it was, worn and grayed at its edges now, but unmistakable, exactly where it had always been. One clean white star, the name a girl once gave him, and the old horse who had carried 1,000 strangers, who had long forgotten how to expect anything of anyone, lifted his head at the sound of her voice. He leaned over the rail and lowered his gray head and laid his chin over her shoulder and rested it there. It was how he had always said her name. And she leaned in and whispered the only words she had. "Comet, I came back. I told you I would come back." When the old bay was led into the ring to be sold, Nora found she could not, at first, lift her hand. 25 years is a heavy thing to raise. It was Tom who leaned close. "Raise your hand," he said. "Bring him home." Nobody in that cold yard bid against her. For almost nothing, the horse was hers again. And this time, for good. He did not have many years left, and Nora knew it. but he had some, and she gave every one of them to him on a small green place of her own. Good grass and no work ever again, and a gate she would never once load him past. Every evening she walked out to that fence, and the old horse came to meet her, stiff and slow and gray, and still laid his chin over her shoulder and rested it there. On the kitchen wall hung a faded photograph. A girl, a young bay, a valley. It had simply taken the two of them 25 years to find their way back into it. We are told some things are lost for good, that you cannot go back. Nora would tell you that is true of almost everything. Almost. Has there been a loss you never stopped looking for? Tell us, and stay a while.